Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to W key like the pros in Fortnite. So if you take these tricks that I'm about to show you and you put them into your gameplay, it'll help you a lot when you're W keying in arena, tournaments, creative, everything like that. So if you want to see me use these tricks live, I stream all the time over at Twitch, NoahWPlays 1. I stream all kinds of tournaments in arena and everything like that. Also, if you want to support me, please drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel and use code NoahWPlays in the item shop. Thank you so much and enjoy the video. Okay guys, so basically what I'm going to do is you have to make sure you take the wall from the top because they can't box me when I do that. So you go there, you box them. Look, you have all the piece control in there. So basically you come from the top because up here they can't box you at all. If you go for the wall from down here, when you go to pickaxe it, you could easily get boxed like this, and then you just click deaded. Another way to do this when you're elevated, taking their wall, is you take their wall, and a lot of times they'll rebox over here, and you basically just get a free kill, and they don't expect you to take this top. So in slow motion, what this looks like is when you take their wall, you just come here, place floor, cone, edit, and then they're gonna be right here, and it's just a free kill. So what another variation that you can do when you do this is you can either place a cone when you do it. If you have like really good piece control, you could double edit and then place a cone so that they can't build in here at all. And also it gives you more piece control so they can't edit down as well, because sometimes they try to edit down. Another trick that I like to do in arena and in cash cups when I W key is a lot of the time when people don't put cones in their boxes, I can come up here and I go from beneath on purpose. So I place a cone and they get stuck in it. And then I can edit them down or do whatever, and it's like a free kill. You could also piece control it when you do it, and they won't expect it because they don't know what you're doing. So you can go like this, and then when they're up here, you can place the cone, and then you can break it down, and everything is yours. Another trick that I like to do that's pretty similar to that last one is I go up, I place the cone, and even if they're not stuck in it, and they try to rebox, and then you have to edit this really quick. Most of the time when you do this trick, they're going to turn around and try to edit out to make a new box because they see that you place the cone in their box. And it kind of scares them. So most of the time when you do this trick, they won't even be looking at you. But even if they do, they usually don't expect this trick. So basically this is it in like slow motion. So when they have a floor here, right, they don't have a cone in their box. I place a cone above it, break this, and then edit that down really quickly at the same time. And most of the time they won't even be looking at you. So it's either a free kill or they just won't expect it at all. So yeah, that's a really good trick that I do, and it gets me a lot of kills. Another version of piece control that I like to do is when I take their wall, I go to the right, edit a wall, place a cone, and they usually go out to the right to rebox here, and you get this wall and you get the cone. So it's really easy piece control, and most of the time they have their builds out when they're doing this, and they're not even going to be looking at you. So it's really easy to either just get a pump off, or you can just jump in on them if you want to, if you already have them low, and it's a really free kill. I like this a lot because most of the time when someone takes my wall, I go left. I don't know why people do this, but they go left instead of right most of the time. Not always, of course, but I think going piece controlling the right side of them is definitely your best bet, because this is the way I kill a lot of people in arena, even in creative and in tournaments, everything like that. I just think it's really easy to get a free pump on them right there, and then you could just get in on them, or it might even just kill them if you hit a headshot like that. So I like this a lot. So in slow motion, what this looks like when I take their wall, you go here, place a wall to the right, you edit this like the 4 tile, or you can even do this one if you really want to, but I just like this because it gives me a lot more room to shoot them if they jump or anything like that. And then you place a cone, and just like that, most of the time they're not going to be looking at you, and it's really simple. You just place a wall, edit it, place a cone, and then you have free piece control on them, and it's a really good way to get free damage on them. So this is what it looks like when they come to you and do it. So they come up and they take your wall. Normally you hold the wall, if you don't get it, you go to rebox, and then they have this full-on piece control on you, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. Another trick to get in someone's box, like say you have them low, I don't really recommend doing this if they're full health or anything, but what I do is I get up, you break through, and when they place the cone here, right, you're halfway like phased in. So like no matter what, if you're in their cone, so now that I'm in here, you have to hold like W, or if you're on controller, hold your joystick and just make sure you're running against the cone. And then if he's holding his thing and you break through, you're guaranteed to get in. And then it's like a free kill sort of. So no matter what, if they're holding their floor and you get in this cone right here, all you have to do is run up against the cone, spray the floor, and they'll be holding it and you get in like guaranteed. So like I said, I only really recommend doing this if they're low or something, because it's really risky obviously. But normally, even if they are full health and you need like a refresh endgame, say, or something like that, even if they do have full health or you don't know how much health they have, you could do it, and most of the time they'll have their builds out. Like they'll have their builds out while they do it, so you'll get a free shot on them before they even pull out their gun. Another variation of this is you can do this, place a stair, and if you spray against the stair and they're holding it, you're guaranteed to get in. So right there, it works with a cone and a stair, but you have to make sure you're walking against the stair or the cone when you're in the cone. You just have to make sure you're running up against it. So this is what it looks like in fast motion. You go up on top of their box, you spray in, and when you get in their cone, you get in, and yeah, basically free kill. It's guaranteed to get in, and if you can do it fast enough, they'll never expect it. It doesn't always work, so when I spray in here, sometimes they hold it and it's like difficult to get in the cone to begin with. But yeah, I think even if they hold it, the one that I do the most is the cone one to get in, because that one happens really quick. If you go here, take this, they might have more time to react to like what you're doing. They might get a free shot on you or something. So in endgame, sometimes people don't have cones above their box because the games are stacked or something, or like there's someone above them. So if they're like this, then you could do the ramp one. But normally, like if I have someone low when I'm W keying them and they're like holding their cone, what I'll do is like I'll just like go up. Sometimes you could time it too, because one thing to keep in mind, wood takes 5 AR shots to break. So sometimes what I'll do, like even when I'm taking a wall, I'll shoot it 4 times and then I go like that, and I can take it like when I drop down. It's a really good way to take walls, because like you could shoot it 4 times, 1 2 3 4, and then you take it on the last one. So that's another tip that I like to do. But yeah, for the cone thing, it doesn't always work. So like when they're reboxing and you try to get in, sometimes you'll end up on top of the cone, but then you don't sacrifice anything, you know, like you're still alive. You could still go for their wall, do anything like that. So this is what it looks like when they do it to you. So right now I'm just gonna hold my cone out, and there's kind of nothing you could really do about it. And he's in just like that. So I think that's a really good trick. There's nothing you could do about it when you hold your cone. So another trick that I like to do, because sometimes they don't have a cone in their box, right? So you could take this, and basically what I just did is I placed the ramp before taking the wall. And then what you can do is you have like a free Mongo or classic on them, to where you can just edit on them or anything like that. So in slow motion, kind of what this looks like, there's not really a way to do it in slow motion, but when you take the wall, you go like this, place the ramp, and then place the wall. And then you could you can do it really quickly. Even if you don't have the best ping, you could still do it. So you go like this, place the ramp, the wall, and then you could get a free shot on them. And it's a really good way to take the piece control to the middle of their box while you're still protected, instead of taking the wall, editing, then placing it, because then they get a free shot on you when you're placing the cone or anything like that. It's just a really good way to get it at the same time. Sometimes I struggle to take people's walls, like if their ping is better. So I don't know why this happens. I would think it would make like more delay when you're taking their wall to do that. But sometimes when I struggle to take their wall, I'll just do it, and it works. Like I don't know, I can't explain why it works like that, but if you ever struggle to take someone's wall because like their ping is better or something, try doing this trick where you do that, and I'm not even trolling, you might have a better chance of taking their wall sometimes. So another trick that I like to do when I'm box fighting people is if they're boxed above the ground, this doesn't really work too often if they're on the ground, but if they're up 1 or more, what you could do is you could place a cone in their box from the outside like this. So all you have to do is pull out your cone, aim right below this little line on their wall, and then you could just place a cone in there. And if it doesn't work all the time like that, what I like to do is I just crouch and place it, and then just like that, you can place a cone in their box, take their wall, and then it's just a free kill. So what they do when you take that cone, a lot of the time they get really confused and they try to like make a new box or something. So say someone puts a cone in your box, mostly what you're going to want to do is like make a new box, right? So a lot of the time when you do that, you place the cone, take their wall, they might not even be looking at you when you take the wall because they're too busy reboxing. So this is just a really good trick that I like to do. It's really easy piece control because you don't even have to take their wall when you do it. So yeah, I like to do that a lot in tournaments and in cash cups. It works really well. So this is what it looks like when they do it to you. So right now I would just be holding my wall ready for him to like take my wall, right? And he just places the cone in my box like that. So it's a really good trick and no one ever really expects it. Obviously this doesn't work if they have a stair or a cone in their box already, but if they don't have a cone or a stair, it's a really easy way to get piece control in their box while you're on the same layer as them. Oh my gosh, dude. So another thing that I like to do in box fights, this isn't really a trick that people don't know about necessarily, but I think it's really underrated. So I think window edits, you take their wall, and window edits like this, they're so good, and I can easily get like a one pump or just any damage, like even if he has a cone in this box or something, like it's really free damage, and they can barely see you if you do it correctly. So what I like to do, instead of just standing here moving right to do it, I'm kind of back a little bit and I run forward while I do it. So this makes it to where it happens faster. Boom, shoot, and then back. And this is like a really quick movement to where it's really hard for you to like get hit when you're doing it. So I think like window edits are just really underrated. Even the middle ones are really good too, because say I take someone's wall, you don't always have to make a big edit, because first of all, it takes longer to make a big edit, and second of all, you can just go like that, place a cone in there. But yeah, I like to do this a lot. So I take their wall, I put a window and just a cone in there, and then it's like free piece control. Okay, so this is very important in my opinion. So say the first zone is like right here, okay? So everyone from the whole rest of the map is gonna have to rotate from all the way out here, which means in this zone, most of the players are gonna be in this red place, like right here, because everyone had to rotate in from all on this side, which means they're gonna be on this side of the circle. So what that means is that this is gonna be dead side right here, okay? I'm not sure if you guys know what dead side is, but this whole area, this green area, is gonna have less people because no one really had to rotate in the circle from anywhere else, right? So maybe retail people, lazy lake people, caddy corner, or misty, or anyone that came from like back here might also, but that means there's less players, right? Because this had way more area for people to rotate in, which means this whole red area is going to have more players. This green area is going to have less players. Basically, my point is that when you're W keying, you want to W key on dead side because there's less people to third party you. When you get third partied, the person that you're fighting and you are going to have less materials, less health because you guys have been fighting, and the third person that comes in to clean up the fight, they're going to have full health, full materials, everything like that. So it's going to be a really easy kill for them. So you get third partied way less when you're on dead side because there's less players. And in tournaments, you have a way better chance of living when you're rotating to zone because there's less people that are going to shoot at you, less people to grief you, everything like that. And when you want to W key someone, you won't get third partied as much.